Hello YouTube, I'm Wado Siman and welcome to Baking 101. So last episode we learned how to make focaccia, a delicious Italian flatbread topped with tomatoes, basil, and lots of olive oil. At the same time, we learned the process behind the fermentation of yeast, or what causes the dough to rise, and its importance in bread making. If you haven't seen that, just click on this link or in the description below. Now, as promised, this recipe is going to be simpler, sweeter, and definitely gonna require us lots and lots of chocolate. We are gonna make brownies. For this recipe, we'll need 1 cup of vegetable oil, 2 cups of sugar, 2/3 cup cocoa powder, 4 large eggs, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1/2 teaspoon baking powder, 2 teaspoon vanilla extract, and 1 cup of all-purpose flour. Then let's preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. Okay, to start, we're gonna mix the sugar and the vegetable oil. And then we're gonna add the 4 eggs and the vanilla extract. On a separate bowl, we're gonna mix all the dry ingredients together. So you have your 1 cup of flour, 2/3 cup of cocoa powder, the baking powder, and the salt. So we make sure that we mix everything well together before we incorporate it in our liquid ingredient. So probably you're gonna ask, if you ran out of baking powder, can I use baking soda instead? You can't. It's not as simple as that. Just like yeast, baking soda and baking powder are leavening agents. Both contain sodium bicarbonate, a basic compound that breaks down the presence of acidity and produces carbon dioxide. The slight difference between the two is that the baking soda contains only sodium bicarbonate, which can leave a bitter taste when there isn't enough acidity in the recipe to break it down. Common acids in baking are lemon juice, vinegar, buttermilk, or honey. Baking powder, on the other hand, already contains that acidic compound that breaks down the bicarbonate once added to the mixture. So now we're just gonna mix our dry ingredients into our sugar and oil mix. So just make sure that everything's well incorporated. So you just take out a baking pan and try to grease it thoroughly before we pour the batter inside. And then we're gonna put this inside our oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. I've let the brownies cool completely, and as you can see, it has increased in size. Now we can start cutting the brownies into squares. Now let's have a taste. You can see how really moist it is. And it has a bit of crunch on top. Really good and very easy to make. If you would like to learn more about the science of baking, come back to our show and we'll show you something as tasteful as it looks. Give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, share this video, and subscribe to us if you haven't. I hope you enjoyed today's class. See you next week.